Today's practice, we're going to be delving into what's called Hunyuan Qigong, all kind of ancient forms, but the specific series only dates back to the 1980s. So you might like to just start by shaking out wrists, just generally trying to loosen everything in the body. Hunyuan, it can also be known as primordial Qigong. It's this idea of the uncarved block or planting a seed, something that comes before yin and yang. You might think of it as undifferentiated unity, mind and body together. So these are slow meditative forms to just learn to sync your breath and your movement to come home to ourselves. And your breath might be different to mine. You might go out of sync with me a little bit during the course of doing the 12 forms, but just let that happen. Just see if you can bring your attention inwards. We're aiming to direct our chi to become more skillful at knowing how to direct our chi and ultimately to, I guess, activate our body's own internal healing capacity. So let's see how we go. So you might like to take all your attention underneath the feet. Deep sigh. We start our Hongwan with connecting with the three dantians, this idea of an upper dantian between our eyebrows, our third eye point, our middle dantian, where we store our life force energy, the center of gravity in our body. And then our lower dantian is where our perineum is, drawing energy up from the earth. So we're going to start here, a static form. You might like to just tuck your tailbone and feel the back of your neck long, your shoulders heavy. See if you can take your attention right underneath the balls of the feet. And we're drawing energy up from the earth. So you want to feel strong and stable and steady. The only acupressure point under our feet is called the bubbling spring, kidney number 1. Just on the inner side of the ball of the foot. Just notice how that point in your body connects with the earth. And just drawing that energy into the body. Become aware of your breath without needing to change it. You might feel the belly expand as you breathe in. Navel contract to the spine as you sigh out. Scan through the whole body. Notice any tightness or tension. Just let it go. Maybe invite a smile. What can we notice today? As you focus on your lower dantian, you might notice sit bones or thighs drawing towards each other. Tension in the lower half of the body, far away from the busyness of the mind. And now we connect with our middle dantian. Just draw the palms towards the belly. Hands a little way apart. Let your shoulders and elbows be heavy. And just like before, drawing our attention into our breath. We're in our abdominal breath now, deep in the belly. Give each breath all the time it needs. No need to rush. We're not trying to get anywhere. So we're just activating each dantian, taking our attention there, seeing what we can notice about our body on this day. Now let's slowly take our hands up to our upper dantian. So right in between the eyebrows, we're connecting with the part of our body that houses our pituitary gland, deep in the center of the brain, the control system that helps regulate our body, releasing hormones. You might like to just take a deep sigh. Mind and body slowly coming together without any effort. Your mind still feels busy. Just let everything in your body be heavy. Let go. So much tightness and tension we hold on through our scowling concentration. See if you can let that go. Wherever it might be, knees, hips, toes, jaw. And then just letting the breath come, allowing it to go. Mind will wander off, just draw it back to that point in between the eyebrows. And as the arms start to feel heavy, we're going to slowly bring them down. And then between each form, we're just going to do a kind of clearing and settling, just small circles. Keep your hands within the gaze of your eye. Just tracing the periphery of your line of sight. And then we draw the hands back to the middle dantian. Each time arriving home. So we'll be doing 12 forms of Hunyuan today, and the first form is to cleanse our qi. Each one has a slightly different purpose. So we're going to take our palms down towards the earth, slowly draw in that energy from the earth. Just before we get up to shoulder height, turn the hands and reach up. And then we're going to draw in this sky or heaven qi towards our Bahwei, right on the top of our head. And then trace the conception vessel meridian down the front of our body. When your next breath comes, Bahwei is a little bit behind the top of our head, so we want back of our neck long, chin tucked. We pick up our conception vessel just below the lip, trace through the body. As we lift up, see if you can keep this feeling of grounding. And as our arms come down, see if you can feel the crown of the head lifting, back of the neck long. This form is for cleansing our qi, starting to direct it. Noticing where it might be blocked or stagnant or stuck. I might do one more circle. And then we settle, return. Our second form involves collecting qi to each of the three dantians, and we're going to start with our upper dantian. Feel like you're opening your arms wide and then drawing in with the breath in towards the upper dantian, and then returning. gathering in this elusive thing that we call qi. Now to our middle dantian, again drawing wide and bringing into the body. You might feel like your belly expands with the breath in to meet the hands. And now our lower dantian, drawing in from the ground. And when you're ready, returning. And palms come back onto the body. Each time returning to stillness, you might like to say, I am home, or I am still. This is my goal. Any words that work for you, mind and body as one or two sides of the same coin. Our third form, we're going to bring the hands in front of the body, and we're going to step out a little wider into more of a horse stance. Drop your tailbone, tuck your tailbone under, and our hands are representing yin and yang towards each other. We're going to cycle them. As we draw them into the body, breathe in. And as we take them away, breathe out. And we'll see if we can find a harmony between our breath and our movement. Shoulders stay heavy. So now we're working with our chi, moving it through the body. And we'll change direction, still drawing in, breathing in, and then letting go. Next time we come back to the body, step back, and we'll settle. And palms come back onto the body. Our fourth form takes us back to our three dantians, and this one is an energy of opening and closing. And the way we're going to do it is by drawing into the upper dantian and then extending out and just gently leaning forward. So as we draw in, we're rolling onto the heels. And then as we exhale, we're leaning into the balls of the feet. So just subtly taking our weight forward and backwards, or backwards and forwards if you like. Extend the arms out wide, but don't curl the shoulders in towards each other. We want to have this feeling of open flow from fingertips to the center of the body and out to the fingertips. Nothing blocked, nothing stagnant. Just roll into the heels and then roll into the balls of the feet. And now middle dantian, we draw in, opening and closing. Now to our lower dantian. And now returning. Our fifth form, we start to direct our chi towards the heart and lungs, represented in the body by fire and metal. Or you might think of it as sun and moon. Let's start with our fire energy. We're going to stack the Laogong point, the middle of our palms, over our heart center. And just follow the breath, small circles, bringing your attention right to your heart center. See if you can soften any concentration or scowling that creeps in and jaw or cheeks. We want to trust in our heart wisdom. Not so much knowledge that might complicate or confuse, but wisdom, trusting our heart, allowing ourselves to be here and now. Now we'll change the direction of our circles. You might like to add an affirmation. I don't need anything to be any different. Or maybe I don't mind what happens. Just notice wherever your mind takes you when you say these words. Now let's go to the moon over both lungs, one palm, and this time the small circles again. You might like to connect the center of the palm with the lung. So you breathe in and out. Now we'll change direction. And when you're ready, let's return. Our sixth form in our Hunyuan sequence is about expanding and contracting our qi, or allowing it to extend away from the body and then inviting it back. So this one is going to involve a step. We're going to shift our weight into one leg and then step out, heel and then toe, pushing out. As your next breath comes, draw it into the body. And then big sigh as you extend out again. Both feet stay flat to the ground, no rocking. We always have to be out in the world, so just notice this feeling of extending beyond self. And we're going to float back, shift the weight back, step back. And then same on the other side. Take your weight to one leg before you take heel and toe and push out. And rolling back, stepping back, returning, centering, settling our chi. Each time your mind comes back to stillness, just notice maybe mind is saying, these forms are too boring or too slow. Just notice wherever your mind takes you, whatever judgment, whatever opinion, just let it come and allow it to go. We're not looking for the perfect way or the best way. We're just working with what we have and training our mind, strengthening our body, our joints, moving our chi. The slower we are, the more silent we are, the more we notice, the more we hear. Can we allow ourselves to be a little bored? Maybe, maybe not. Okay, our seventh form, we're going to step back to a horse stance. Take the legs a little wider. Knees a little bit bent, tailbone's tucked under. Back of the neck is long. So this one, we're going to be ascending and descending our chi, starting in the dantian, and just turn and twist. You might need to turn your toes out a little bit to stay stable. Big sigh as we come down. Keep your gaze up. Crown of the head doesn't go down. When you can't go any further, take your attention underneath the foot and then start to ascend up the inside line of the leg. Through the dantian, you might turn your toes out a little. Big sigh. Keep your attention under the feet, even if your hands can't get close to there. We want knees over ankles, stable and steady. And follow your breath. Inhaling back through the center. Exhaling as our head goes down towards and below the heart. Weight stays in the back of the body. Next time you come up, you might like to slowly step back, shift weight back, and then settle. And return. Our eighth form, very similar to the last one. We step back out to a horse stance. But this time, both hands at the same time descending. So double leg, same big sigh, weight in the back of the body, and then inhale to come up. Meet at the dantian, and then deep sigh. Now we're tracing more of our bladder meridian at the back of the legs. And next time we come up, floating back, stepping back. Our ninth form, we step back to our horse stance. You might like to turn your toes out just a little again. Drop the tailbone. Palms turn down this time. We're exploring our belt meridian. And you might think of this one as kind of polishing a table in front of the body. We're going to take a breath and then turning towards our knee. So let the hands extend out, not reaching so much. When they get to the other knee, draw them in with a new breath. And then extending, we sigh out. Spine stays straight. Now we're going to change direction. Next time we come back, float back, step back. Arriving back into stillness. Our 10th form is one of heaven and earth, or you might think of it as rising and falling. We're going to bring both palms turned up towards the sky, center line of the body, breathing in, lifting up. Pause at the top of the breath, and then loose fists as we feel like we're drawing and pulling down heavy weight. Coming up light, and then extending and drawing down. And we'll settle. Our 11th form, very simple. We're going to step out into a horse stance again. And this time just drawing into the middle dantian as wide as you can, bringing new chi into the body, and then switching sides. As we draw in, we're breathing in, belly is expanding to meet the hand. And we'll step back. So our 12th form is a closing form. You might think of it as like a health massage, working through some key acupressure points and meridians in the body. And we start by just bringing our hands together, creating some heat. You might like to shake out the wrists. And we're going to bring that energy from the fingers right up to the head. So you might like to start just by tapping all around the skull. Any restlessness, anything blocked. And then you might extend this into kind of combing through, scratching. You might cover your ears. And then split the fingers and bring them either side of the ear, pushing in and up. Let's take the fingers to the middle of the forehead and just expanding out and to the top of the nose, tapping right in the middle of the forehead. And then outside each of the eyebrows. Let's take our fingers down to the top of our chest. You might like to connect with a bit of the lymphatic system, lifting one arm and then the other. Shaking out again. Let's find some points on our hands. Our egu point, large intestine number 4, right in the webbing of the index finger and thumb on both sides. Let's find our Shenmen point, our spirit gate, right at the end of our little finger where our hand meets the arm at the wrist crease. And then we'll bring our inner gate and outer gate together, pericardium and triple warmer points on the wrist. Let's take both hands to kidneys at the back of the body, warming. And then you might like to tap right in the middle of the butt cheek, gallbladder number 30, our jumping circle, and then down the side of the body. Spend a bit of time just below the knee on the outside of the leg. This is our stomach 36, our extra mile point. And then you might like to just deep sighs, letting go any last restless energy. And then come back to the ball of your feet, that kidney number 1 point. And we're just going to keep our feet heavy as the whole rest of our body just gets to have one last explore for any tightness or tension. See if you can find every joint, every ligament. And as we finish our Hunyuan practice, we bring the hands together. You might like to take them to heart center, just resting the knuckles right on this point, the sea of tranquility in the center of our sternum. Feel palm pressing into palm. Notice how the body feels. Notice how the mind feels. Two sides of the same coin. Let's take a moment to thank ourselves for our practice. And then, of course, let's bow to each other.